The nurse told me my son didn't exist, not in their system, not under my name, not as my child. Someone else had claimed him first. How many people watched me hold a baby with another man's name and said nothing? I'm in the pediatric emergency room at County General, holding my 6-month-old son against my chest. His face is swollen, hives crawling up his neck. His breathing, thin, whistling, wrong. I'm a paramedic. I know what anaphylaxis sounds like. I know we have minutes, not hours. The intake nurse is typing. Her nails click against the keyboard. Tap, 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 like a countdown clock. She's asking for his name. I tell her, Nathan Michael Miller. She types, stops, types again. Her eyebrows pull together. Date of birth? I give it to her. April 14th. 6 months ago tomorrow. She types, stops, scrolls. Tilts her head like she's trying to solve a puzzle that doesn't have enough pieces. Sir, I'm not finding him in our system. Try again, I say. My voice is steady. Steady is what I do. Steady is what saves people. Nathan Michael Miller, Miller. She types slower this time, deliberate. Her screen flickers. She shakes her head. No patient found under that name. My son whimpers. His fingers clutch my shirt. I can feel his heartbeat against my ribs, too fast, hummingbird fast. He's registered here, I say. He was born here, same hospital, April 14th. I have his appointment card. She turns the screen toward me. The search bar is empty except for the blinking cursor. Below it, no results found. Sir, are you sure that's your baby's legal name? I stare at the screen. The lights overhead are too bright. There's a kid crying 3 chairs down. Someone's phone keeps buzzing. Everything feels distant and too close at the same time. That's his name, I say. That's my son. She picks up the phone, calls someone, uses words like registration issue and possible error and get Dr. Hayes. I stop listening. I'm looking at my son. His eyes are glassy. His lips are tinged blue at the edges. They take him back anyway. They have to. Allergic reaction doesn't wait for paperwork. A nurse gives him a shot of epinephrine. Another starts an IV. Someone asks me what he ate. I don't know. Applesauce maybe. The kind that comes in the little pouches. Sarah bought them. Sarah feeds him during the day while I'm on shift. Sarah. I pull out my phone. Call her. It rings 4 times, 5. Voicemail. Sarah, I'm at County General with Nathan. Allergic reaction. He's okay. They're treating him, but there's something wrong with his records. Call me back. Dr. Patricia Hayes comes in 20 minutes later. I know her. We've brought patients to her before. She's good, thorough. She doesn't waste time. He's stabilizing, she says. We'll monitor him for a few hours, but he should be fine. I exhale. First real breath since we got here. Thank you. Nathan, she says, we need to talk about his file. She's holding a tablet. She sits down in the plastic chair next to me. The room smells like antiseptic and fear. When they searched for Nathan Michael Miller, they didn't find him because that's not his legal name. I blink. What? She turns the tablet toward me. There's a scanned document on the screen. Official state seal at the top. County registrar watermark. Certificate of live birth child's legal name, Ethan Clark Miller. Date of birth, April 14th. Place of birth, County General Hospital. Mother, Sarah Elizabeth Miller. Father, Nathan James Miller. I read it 3 times. The words don't change. That's not right, I say. His name is Nathan. Nathan Michael. We agreed. We decided before he was born. This was filed 2 weeks after birth, Dr. Hayes says. She's watching me carefully. There's a note here about a name change petition filed by you, apparently. My hands go cold. I didn't file anything. She zooms in on the bottom of the document. There's a signature line, my name, printed. And below it, a signature that looks like mine but isn't. The loops are wrong. The pressure is wrong. There's something else. she says quietly. She pulls up another screen. We ran a basic panel when he came in, standard procedure for allergic reactions. His blood type came back as O negative. She pauses. You're listed in our system as A positive from when you donated during the community blood drive last year. I know where she's going. I know what she's saying. I took high school biology. I've seen enough episodes of CSI while eating lunch at the station. That's not possible, I say. No, she says, it's not. 6 months ago, I held him for the first time. Sarah's hair was stuck to her forehead with sweat. She was exhausted, beautiful, triumphant. The nurse placed him in my arms, this tiny red squirming thing that weighed less than a sack of flour, and the entire world rearranged itself. Hey, buddy, I whispered. I'm your dad. I'm going to teach you everything. He opened his eyes, looked right at me. I swear he did. Sarah smiled from the bed. He's perfect. He is. The nurse snapped a plastic bracelet around his ankle. Pink band, black letters, baby boy Miller. She handed me a clipboard with a form. You can fill out the birth certificate information here, she said. Take your time. No rush. I sat down next to Sarah's bed. She reached for my hand. We're really doing this, she said. We really are. Nathan Michael, she said, after your dad. I looked at her. You sure? I'm sure. She squeezed my hand. Michael was a good man. Your son should carry his name. I filled out the form. Careful block letters. Nathan Michael Miller. I took a photo of it with my phone, sent it to my dad in Florida. He called me crying. Sarah's mom showed up an hour later with flowers and a teddy bear the size of a toddler. She hugged Sarah, hugged me, cried, took 40 photos, posted 6 of them to Facebook before we even left the delivery room. 2 days later, they sent us home. I buckled the car seat in so tight it could have survived a rocket launch, drove 12 miles an hour the entire way. Sarah laughed at me. He's not made of glass, Nathan. He's made of something more fragile than glass, I said. We got home. I carried him inside, laid him in the crib I'd spent 3 weekends assembling. He slept for 4 hours. I sat in the rocking chair and watched him breathe. That night we had people over, just a few. My crew from the station, Sarah's sister, a couple of neighbors. Ethan came. Of course, Ethan came. He was my best man, my brother in every way except blood. We stood in the backyard with beers. Ethan raised his bottle. To Nathan Jr., he said. To family, I said. We clinked bottles. He grinned at me. You're going to be a great dad, he said. I hope so. You will. You know why? Because brothers watch each other's backs. Always have, always will. I believed him. I'm staring at the tablet in Dr. Hayes' hands. The birth certificate that says Ethan Clark Miller. The blood type that proves biology doesn't match the story I've been living. Can I get a copy of this? I ask. She nods, sends it to the printer, hands me the paper. It's still warm. The state seal is embossed, raised enough that I can run my finger over it. Official, legal, real. I need to call my wife, I say. Of course. I step into the hallway, dial Sarah. This time she answers on the second ring. Nathan, is he okay? He's fine. They gave him epinephrine. He's stable. Oh, thank God. I'm on my way. I'll be there in... Sarah, my voice is flat. Why does his birth certificate say Ethan Clark Miller? Silence. Not the kind of silence where someone is thinking. The kind of silence where someone is calculating. What? She finally says. His legal name. It's not Nathan Michael. It's Ethan Clark. The hospital just showed me. That must be a mistake, a clerical error. You know how hospitals are. They said there's a name change petition on file. Filed 2 weeks after he was born. Signed by me. Another silence. Sarah. I can explain. Then explain. Not over the phone. I'm coming. I'll be there in 20 minutes. She hangs up. I stand in the hallway. A doctor walks past me pushing a cart. A kid in a wheelchair rolls by with a balloon. Normal emergency room sounds. Beeping, talking, phones ringing, life continuing like nothing is wrong. I go back inside. Dr. Hayes is checking my son's vitals. He's asleep now. The swelling is going down. Can I take him home? I ask. In a couple hours. We want to make sure there's no secondary reaction. Okay. She looks at me. Really looks at me. Nathan, if you need resources, legal advice, support services, I can connect you with someone. I'm fine. You're not fine, she says, and that's okay. I don't answer. I leave Sarah a voicemail. Tell her I'm taking him home. Tell her we need to talk. I don't go home. I drive to my house, park in the driveway, carry my son inside. He's still groggy from the Benadryl they gave him. I put him in his crib. He doesn't wake up. I go to the office, the room we converted from a guest bedroom. Sarah's desk is in the corner, organized, everything in its place, pens in a cup, laptop closed, a framed photo of the three of us from last month. I open the desk drawer, files, bills, insurance documents, a folder labeled Baby Important. I pull it out. Inside, vaccination records, pediatrician notes, a copy of our hospital discharge papers, and beneath those, a legal document, folded in thirds. I unfold it. Petition for change of name, minor child. Petitioner Nathan James Miller. Minor child, baby boy Miller, to be changed to Ethan Clark Miller. Reason for change? To honor close family friend and correct initial registration error filed 2 weeks after birth. Approved 3 weeks after that. At the bottom, a signature line. My name printed. And a signature that looks like mine. Same slant, same loops. But the pen pressure is wrong. The N is too careful. The M has a tremor. I have signed my name 10,000 times. I know what it looks like. This isn't it. I sit down in the chair, put my head in my hands. The front door opens. Sarah's voice. Nathan? I don't answer. She appears in the doorway, sees the paper in my hands. Let me explain, she says. I hold up the petition. You forged my signature. I didn't. It's not. Yes or no, Sarah, did you sign my name on this document? She swallows. Her eyes are red. She's been crying in the car. It was a mistake, she says. Signing my name is a mistake? No, I mean the name. The original name. I realized after we filed the birth certificate that I wanted something different, something that meant more. Ethan Clark was there for me during the pregnancy, when you were working doubles, when I was alone. He's been such a good friend to both of us, and I thought, you thought you'd name our son after him. It's not like that. Then what is it like? She sits down on the edge of the desk, runs her hands through her hair. I notice things I haven't noticed before. She's wearing a necklace I didn't buy her. Her nails are done. She hasn't been working. We agreed she'd take the year off. Where's the money coming from? Ethan helped me, she says quietly. When you were at the station, when I was scared, when I thought I was going to be a terrible mother, he was there. So you named my son after him. Our son. I stand up. Does Ethan know? She doesn't answer. Sarah, does Ethan know you named the baby after him? We talked about it, she whispers. The room spins. I grip the edge of the desk. You talked about it. It's not what you think. I open the folder again. Look at the other papers, prenatal appointment cards. I flip through them. Most of them have my signature, the real one, where it says birth partner present, but 4 of them don't. 4 of them have someone else's signature. I recognize the handwriting. I've seen it on birthday cards, on shift reports at the station. Ethan Clark. And in the margins of one of the cards, doodled absent-mindedly in blue pen, EC plus, SM. Sarah sees what I'm looking at. Her face drains white. Nathan, get out. Please, get out. She stands, backs toward the door, crying now. Real tears. It's not an affair, she says. I swear he's just a friend. I made a stupid decision about the name. I thought you wouldn't mind. You thought I wouldn't notice, I say. You thought I'd just accept it. You thought I'd keep showing up at the station and shaking his hand and calling him brother while you two... There is no you two. There's nothing, I promise. I point to the door. She leaves. I hear her car start, hear her drive away. I sit back down, look at the petition, at the doodles, at the prenatal card signed by a man who isn't me. Ethan Clark is your friend? I'd asked her. Her face had gone white. Was. She'd whispered. Not yes, not of course. Was. Past tense. If you've ever heard a lie dressed up as truth, you know that silence. Leave a if you've been there. I pick up my phone, open my contacts, scroll to Ethan's name. My finger hovers over the call button. Then I scroll past it. Keep going. Find a different name. Jennifer Clark, Ethan's ex-wife, divorced 8 months ago. I went to the courthouse with Ethan, stood next to him while the judge signed the papers. He'd cried in my truck afterward. She said I was never really there, he'd told me. Said I was always somewhere else, even when I was home. I'd bought him a beer, told him it would get better. I call Jennifer. She answers on the third ring. Nathan? I need to ask you something, I say, and I need you to tell me the truth. A pause. Okay. Did Ethan ever mention my wife, Sarah? The pause stretches, long enough that I know the answer before she says it. Yeah, Jennifer says quietly. He mentioned her. Jennifer meets me at a coffee shop 40 minutes from my house, neutral ground. She looks the same as she did at the divorce hearing, tired, relieved, like someone who survived something. She sits down across from me, doesn't order anything. How much do you want to know? She asks. Everything. She nods, pulls out her phone, scrolls through something, stops, turns the screen toward me. It's a photo. Ethan and Sarah sitting in a car. Her hand is on her belly. He's smiling. The timestamp says January, 3 months into her pregnancy. I found that on his iPad, Jennifer says. He forgot to delete it from the cloud. There are 43 more. I can't breathe. When did it start? I don't know exactly, but I found texts going back to last summer, before you knew Sarah was pregnant. Last summer, we'd gone camping. The three of us, me, Sarah, Ethan, spent a weekend at Lake Morrison. Ethan had just signed his transfer papers, moving to Station 19 across town. Better hours, he'd said, better opportunities. Sarah had complained about the mosquitoes. Ethan had given her his bug spray. They'd walked down to the lake together while I started the fire. I thought they were just talking. Do you still have the texts? I ask. Jennifer shakes her head. He deleted them before the divorce. I only have screenshots of a few. And the photos, and she hesitates. Something else. What? A burner phone. I found it in his truck 3 weeks ago. He doesn't know I have it. She reaches into her purse, pulls out a Ziploc bag. Inside, a cheap flip phone, the kind you buy at a gas station with cash. There are over 1,000 messages on it, she says, between him and a number saved as S. She slides it across the table. I'm sorry, Nathan. I know you two were close. I know this is... Can I take this? It's why I brought it. I pick up the bag. The phone feels heavier than it should. Why are you helping me? I ask. Jennifer looks at me. Really looks at me. Because when I found out, everyone told me I was crazy. His family, his friends, your station captain. They all said I was paranoid, making things up. But I wasn't. And I don't think you are either. I drive to Ethan's apartment. It's on the east side, small complex, 2 bedrooms. He's on the 2nd floor. I knock. Wait, knock again. The door opens. Ethan's standing there in sweatpants and an old station shirt. He's holding a beer. He sees me and smiles. Brother, he says, what are you... I push past him into the apartment. Whoa, Nathan, what's going on? I turn around. When were you going to tell me? Tell you what? About Sarah. His smile fades. I don't know what you're talking about. I pull out my phone, show him the prenatal appointment cards, the ones with his signature. You went to 4 appointments with my wife. While I was on shift, you signed in as the birth partner. He stares at the screen. His jaw works. He's trying to figure out what to say, how much I know. She needed someone, he finally says. You were working. She was alone. I was just helping. By going to prenatal appointments, yes. By signing in as her partner, it wasn't like that. I take a step closer. Then what was it like? He sets his beer down, runs his hand through his hair. He's nervous. I've known Ethan for 7 years. I know what nervous looks like on him. She was scared, he says. She called me one night. You were pulling a double. She thought something was wrong with the baby. I drove her to the ER. They ran tests. Everything was fine. But she was so relieved that she just needed someone there. And I was there. So you kept being there. I was being a friend. Friends don't change a baby's name to match theirs. His face goes pale. You know about that. Yeah, I know about that. He sits down on the couch, puts his head in his hands. It wasn't my idea, he says quietly. She wanted to. She said it meant something to her, that I'd been there when you couldn't be, that she wanted to honor that. Did you sleep with her? Silence. Ethan, did you sleep with my wife? Nathan, yes or no? He looks up at me. His eyes are red. Yes. The word hangs in the air. A confession, a detonation. How many times? Does it matter? How? Many times. I don't know. 10, maybe more. I'm shaking. My hands, my shoulders, everything. When? During the pregnancy and after. Until I transferred. I thought if I left the station, if I put distance between us, it would stop. And it did. Mostly. Mostly. She called me after the baby was born, asked me to come to the hospital. I shouldn't have gone. But I wanted to see him. You wanted to see the baby you made with my wife. He stands up. I didn't know, Nathan. I swear. Not until after. She took a paternity test. A private one. She told me 3 months ago. The room tilts. 3 months ago. Yes. You've known for 3 months that he's yours. I wanted to tell you. I swear I did. But she begged me not to. She said it would destroy you. That you loved him. That you were a good father. Better than I could ever be. I want to hit him. I want to put my fist through his face. Through the wall. Through everything. But I don't. Because brothers watch each other's backs. Remember? You were the best man at my wedding. You held my son 2 hours after he was born, and I thanked God you were there. And you'd already named him. Get out of my life, I say. Nathan, get out. If I see you again, I don't know what I'll do. So stay away from me. Stay away from my son. Stay away from everything that's mine. I turn toward the door. He's not yours, Ethan says quietly. I stop. Biologically, he says, he's not yours. The DNA, I don't care about DNA. I say, I was there. I held him. I fed him. I got up at 2 a.m. when he cried. I'm his father. You're just the guy who fucked my wife. I walk out, slam the door behind me. In the hallway, my phone buzzes. A text from Jennifer. Are you okay? I text back, where are you? Still at the coffee shop. Stay there. I'm coming back. Jennifer's waiting in the parking lot when I arrive. She's standing next to a silver Honda, trunk open. I brought everything, she says. Inside the trunk, a cardboard box. She lifts it out, sets it on the hood. I wasn't sure what you'd need, so I brought all of it. I open the box. Photos, dozens of them, printed on glossy paper. Ethan and Sarah, at restaurants, in cars, one of them at the lake, the camping trip. She's laughing. His arm is around her waist. Beneath the photos, the burner phone in the Ziploc bag, and beneath that, a folder. I open it. Text message screenshots, printed, dated, organized by month. I read the first one. Sarah to Ethan, July 14th, 11:47 p.m. I can't stop thinking about you. This is wrong. I know it's wrong, but I don't want to stop. Ethan to Sarah, July 14th, 11:52 p.m. Then don't stop. Come over tomorrow. Nathan's on shift. I flip to the next page. Sarah to Ethan, September 3rd, 2:14 a.m. I think I'm pregnant. Ethan to Sarah, September 3rd, 2:16 a.m. Are you sure? Sarah to Ethan, September 3rd, 2:18 a.m. 3 tests, all positive. Ethan to Sarah, September 3rd, 2:19 a.m. Is it mine? Sarah to Ethan, September 3rd, 2:23 a.m. I don't know. Timing's close. Could be Nathan's, could be yours. Ethan to Sarah, September 3rd, 2:25 a.m. What are you going to do? Sarah to Ethan, September 3rd, 2:28 a.m. Have the baby, stay with Nathan, hope it's his. I keep flipping. Sarah to Ethan, April 16th, 9:32 p.m. He's perfect. Our son is perfect. Ethan to Sarah, April 16th, 9:35 p.m. I wish I could be there with you. Sarah to Ethan, April 16th, 9:40 p.m. You were. You held him. Nathan thanked you for being there. He has no idea. Ethan to Sarah, April 16th, 9:43 p.m. What about the name? Sarah to Ethan, April 16th, 9:47 p.m. I'll fix it. I'll make it right. Our son Ethan is perfect. Looks just like you. I close the folder. My hands are shaking so hard I almost drop it. Jennifer's watching me. She's crying. I'm sorry, she says. I'm so sorry. You didn't do this. I should have told you sooner when I first found out. But I was so angry and I thought if I just let the divorce happen, if I just walked away, I could forget. But I couldn't. Because you're a good person, Nathan. You don't deserve this. She reaches into the box, pulls out something else. A photo printed on regular printer paper, grainy, pulled from security footage or a phone. It's Ethan in a hospital room holding a newborn. The baby's wearing one of those striped hospital caps. Ethan's smiling. The timestamp in the corner, April 14th, 2:47 a.m., 2 hours after my son was born. I texted Ethan that night, told him to come by in the morning, meet the baby. He'd texted back, "Can I come now? I'm awake." I'd said yes, because he was my brother, because I wanted him to be there. He'd held my son. He'd taken a picture. He'd set it as his phone wallpaper, and I'd thanked him. Jennifer points to the bottom corner of the photo. Look at his phone, on the table. I look. There's a second phone next to his keys, a flip phone, the burner. He brought it to the hospital, she says. He texted her from that room while you were there. I don't know what to say. There's nothing to say. Jennifer pulls out one more thing, a manila envelope. I had my lawyer pull these, she says. They're public record. I open the envelope. Inside, court documents, divorce filings, and attached to them, visitor logs from County General Hospital, Prenatal Care Unit. I scan the list. Ethan Clark, visitor, September 18th, 11:47 p.m. Ethan Clark, visitor, October 2nd, 6:42 a.m. Ethan Clark, visitor, November 14th, 2:14 a.m. Ethan Clark, visitor, December 24th, 10:23 p.m. 4 visits, all during my shifts. He signed in every time, Jennifer says, on hospital policy. They have to log visitors after 9 p.m. I look at the dates, the times, September 18th. That was the night Sarah called me crying. Said she couldn't sleep, said she went for a drive. I was pulling a double, house fire, 3 victims. I didn't get home until 8 a.m. October 2nd, early morning. I was at a training, EMT recertification, mandatory. November 14th, another double. Car accident on the highway, took 6 hours to clear. December 21st, holiday shift. We always pull holidays, more emergencies, more calls. Every time I was saving someone else, Ethan was with my wife. Did the crew know? I ask. Jennifer looks down. I think so. You think or you know? I know. I drive to station 11, my station. It's 7 p.m. Shift change, everyone's there. I walk in through the bay. The trucks are lined up. Engine 11, ladder 11, rescue 11. I've spent 7 years in these bays, 7 years running calls with these people. Captain Reynolds sees me first. He's in his office, door open. He stands up when I walk past. Miller, you're not on until tomorrow. I don't stop. I walk into the common room. 8 guys are sitting around the table. Dinner, spaghetti night. They look up when I come in. Nathan, someone says, what's up? I pull out the visitor logs, drop them on the table. Who knew? Silence. Who knew that Ethan was sleeping with my wife? Captain Reynolds is behind me now. Miller, not here. I turn around. Yes, here. Because I need to know which one of you watched me come in every day, watched me talk about my wife, about my son, and said nothing. More silence. Somebody say something. Jake from Engine 11 stands up. He's been here longer than me, 15 years. We didn't know for sure, he says, but you suspected. We saw things, texts on his phone, photos in his locker. He talked about her sometimes, but we didn't know if it was... We thought maybe it was just a crush. We didn't think... You didn't think he'd actually do it? No. I look around the room at these men I've trusted with my life. Men who've pulled me out of burning buildings, who've had my back on every call. Did anyone try to tell me? No one answers. Did anyone think maybe, just maybe, I deserved to know? Captain Reynolds steps forward. We thought you knew, Nathan. We thought maybe you had an arrangement. Some couples... I didn't know, I say, and you should have told me. I walk to the back, to the locker room. Ethan's old locker is still there. Number 47, combination lock. Someone else is using it now, but I remember the combination. We all knew each other's combos, in case of emergency. I spin the dial, 234108. It clicks open, inside someone else's gear. But taped to the inside of the door, still there, curled at the edges, is a photo. An ultrasound, black and white, grainy. The kind they give you at prenatal appointments. Someone's written on the white border in black Sharpie, Baby EC. The photo's dated. October 15th, 2 weeks before Sarah showed me the ultrasound. 2 weeks before we decided on the name Nathan Michael. Ethan had this first. Jake's standing behind me. We told him to take it down, he says quietly. After you announced the pregnancy, we told him it was inappropriate, but he said it was his nephew, some family thing. It's not his nephew. We know that now. I rip the photo off the door, stare at it. The edges are burned from the metal heating in the sun. The tape is yellowed. It's been here for months, 12 feet from my locker, and no one said anything. I turn around, look at the 8 men standing in the doorway. Brothers watch each other's backs, I say. Remember, that's what we tell each other. That's what we promise. But you didn't watch mine. You watched him destroy my life, and you did nothing. Captain Reynolds steps forward. Miller. Don't, I say. Don't tell me I'm overreacting. Don't tell me it's complicated. Don't tell me you were trying to protect me, because you weren't. You were protecting him. You were protecting the station. You were protecting yourselves. I walk out. Behind me, someone says, should we go after him? Captain Reynolds, let him go. I'm sitting in my truck in the station parking lot when my phone rings. Sarah's mom, Patricia. I almost don't answer, but I do. Nathan, she says. Her voice is shaking. We need to talk. About what? About what Sarah did, about the name. I wait. I drove her to the courthouse, Patricia says. 2 weeks after the baby was born, she said you'd agreed to change the name, that it was a mutual decision. She showed me a text from you, said you'd decided Ethan Clark sounded better. I never sent that text. I know that now, but at the time, I believed her. I sat in the waiting room while she filed the paperwork. I drove her home. I told her I was proud of her for honoring your friendship with Ethan. She's crying now. I'm so sorry, Nathan. I should have asked you. I should have verified. But she's my daughter, and I wanted to believe her. Did you know about the affair? Silence. Patricia, did you know? I suspected, she whispers. After the baby came, she was different, distant. She talked about Ethan all the time, how helpful he was, how supportive. I asked her once if something was going on. She said no. She said they were just friends, and I wanted to believe her. So I did. Here's the question I couldn't answer then. If your family asked you to lie, to protect them, to keep peace, would you? Or does loyalty have a limit? Comment truth if honesty comes first. Comment family if blood matters most. Does Sarah's father know? I ask. I told him tonight. He's furious. He wants to come see you. Apologize. I don't want apologies. I want my son's name back, and I want the truth. All of it. What do you need from me? A written statement, everything you just told me, dates, times, what Sarah said, what you saw. You're taking this to court? Yes. Good, Patricia says. You should. What she did, what we helped her do, it's unforgivable. She hangs up. I sit in the truck. Stare at the station through the windshield. The lights are on. I can see silhouettes moving around inside. My family, my brothers. Except they weren't. Not when it mattered. 3 days later, I get the DNA results. Express service, 72-hour turnaround. I paid extra, drove 2 hours to a private lab, gave them a saliva sample, brought one of my son's pacifiers in a sealed bag. The envelope arrives in the mail. Thick, official, lab logo on the front. I open it in the driveway. Can't bring myself to go inside. The report is 8 pages long. Charts, genetic markers, technical language I barely understand, but the summary at the end is clear. Alleged father Nathan James Miller. Child Nathan Michael Miller, birth name. Conclusion, the alleged father is excluded as the biological father of the tested child. Probability of paternity, 0%. Beneath that, a second test, the one I requested after Ethan's confession. Alleged father, Ethan Michael Clark. Child, Nathan Michael Miller, birth name. Conclusion, the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the tested child. Combined paternity index, 99.9999. Probability of paternity, 99%. There it is, in black and white. Scientifically certain, legally binding. My son is a mine. I sit in the car. Engine off, windows up, staring at the numbers. 99.999%, which means there's a 0.01% chance it's wrong. 1 in 10,000. A rounding error. A statistical anomaly. But it's not wrong. I know it's not wrong. I look in the rearview mirror. The car seat is empty. He's inside with Sarah. She's been staying with her sister, but she comes by during the day when I'm at work. Picks him up, brings him back before I get home. We haven't spoken since the hospital. Everything goes through lawyers now. I watch him through the living room window. He's on his playmat, reaching for toys. He laughs. I can't hear it through the glass, but I know the sound. The lab tech said, conclusive. I said, thank you. Neither word meant anything anymore. I look at him in the rear view. Big eyes. Didn't know his name had been stolen. Didn't know I wasn't his father. He reached for me anyway. I decided then biology doesn't make a dad. Being there does, but the law doesn't care what I decided. The law cares about DNA, about genetic markers, about probability percentages. I fold the report, put it back in the envelope, get out of the car. Sarah opens the door before I knock. Nathan, I need to take him. Where? To my lawyer's office. She needs to see him for the custody filing. Sarah's face crumples. Please don't do this. You did this, not me. I made a mistake. I know I did. But he loves you. You're his father. DNA doesn't change that. Tell that to the birth certificate, I say. The one that says Ethan Clark Miller. The one you forged my signature on. She steps back. I walk inside, pick up the diaper bag, the car seat. My son sees me and smiles, reaches his arms up. I pick him up, hold him against my chest. We'll be back in 2 hours, I say. Sarah's crying. Nathan, please, we can fix this. We can... No, I say. We can't. You broke something that doesn't get fixed. I carry him out to the car, buckle him in. He's still smiling, still reaching for me. I drive to my lawyer's office with the DNA report on the passenger seat. My phone buzzes. A text from Jennifer. There's something else. Something I didn't tell you. I pull over, call her. What is it? I found a notepad, she says, in Sarah's car, under the driver's seat. I was helping her move some boxes last week. She asked me to grab something from the car, and I saw it. What kind of notepad? A practice notepad, Jennifer says, with your signature, over and over, like she was learning how to forge it. My blood goes cold. How many times? I counted 47 attempts. The last one matches the signature on the name change petition. The emergency custody hearing is on a Wednesday morning. Courtroom 4B. Judge Martha Brennan presiding. I'm sitting at a table with my lawyer, Rebecca Chen. She's organized, thorough. She's laid out everything on the table in front of us like evidence at a crime scene. The forged petition, the DNA report, the text message screenshots, the hospital visitor logs, the prenatal sign-in sheets, and the notepad. 47 practice signatures, each one getting closer to mine until the last one, number 47, is nearly perfect. Sarah's sitting across the aisle with her lawyer, some guy in a cheap suit who looks like he'd rather be anywhere else. Sarah won't look at me. She's staring at her hands. Ethan's not here. He's been served with a subpoena, but he called in sick. His lawyer sent a letter. My lawyer says it doesn't matter. We don't need him. We have everything else. Judge Brennan enters. We stand. She sits. We sit. This is a petition for emergency custody and legal name restoration, she says. She's reading from the file. Mr. Miller, you're alleging fraud, forgery, and paternity misrepresentation. That's serious. Yes, Your Honor, my lawyer says. Mrs. Miller, how do you respond? Sarah's lawyer stands. Your Honor, my client acknowledges that mistakes were made regarding the name change process, but she maintains that the child's best interests are served by mistakes, Judge Brennan says. She looks at Sarah. Mrs. Miller, did you or did you not forge your husband's signature on a legal document? Sarah doesn't answer. Mrs. Miller? Sarah's lawyer whispers something to her. She nods, stands. I did, she says quietly. The courtroom goes silent. Judge Brennan leans forward. You're admitting to forgery? Yes. Under oath? Yes. The judge writes something down. Continue, Ms. Chen. My lawyer stands, walks to the evidence table, picks up the notepad. Your Honor, we'd like to enter Exhibit F, a notepad recovered from Mrs. Miller's vehicle. It contains 47 attempts to replicate Mr. Miller's signature. She hands it to the bailiff. He passes it to the judge. Judge Brennan flips through the pages. Slowly. Her expression doesn't change, but I can see her jaw tighten. 47 attempts, she says. Yes, Your Honor. This wasn't a mistake. This was premeditated. Correct. Judge Brennan looks at Sarah. Mrs. Miller, did you practice your husband's signature 47 times before forging it on a legal document? Silence. Mrs. Miller, I need an answer. Sarah's crying now. Real tears, shoulders shaking. Yes, she whispers. Speak up. Yes, I practiced. I practiced because I wanted it to look real. I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted to give my son the name he deserved. The name you wanted, Judge Brennan says, not the name his legal father chose. He's not... Sarah stops herself. He's not what, Mrs. Miller? Sarah looks at her lawyer. He shakes his head. Don't say it. Don't say it. He's not the biological father, Sarah says. The judge writes something else down. And when did you discover this? During the pregnancy, I took a private DNA test after the baby was born. So you knew before the birth that Nathan Miller was not the biological father? Yes. And you didn't tell him? No. Instead, you forged his signature and changed the child's name to match the biological father's name? Yes. Judge Brennan removes her glasses, sets them on the desk. Mrs. Miller, did you commit perjury when you filed the name change petition and claimed it was a clerical error? Sarah's lawyer stands. Your Honor, I'd advise my client not to... She's already admitted to forgery, the judge says. One more lie won't make this worse, but it will make me less inclined to show leniency. Sarah sits down, puts her face in her hands. Yes, she says through her tears. I lied. I committed perjury. I forged his signature. I did everything you're accusing me of. The judge nods. Ms. Chen, do you have anything else? My lawyer picks up another document, the forensic handwriting analysis, paid for by my legal fund, 3 experts. All came to the same conclusion. Your Honor, we have a forensic report. 3 certified handwriting analysts examined the signature on the name change petition. All 3 concluded it's a simulation, a traced or copied signature, not authentic. She hands it to the bailiff. The judge reviews it. 2 minutes. 3. The courtroom is silent except for Sarah crying. Mr. Miller, the judge says, you want full custody and restoration of the child's legal name to Nathan Michael Miller. Yes, Your Honor. And you're prepared to raise this child knowing he's not biologically yours. I am. Why? I stand. Because I've been his father since the day he was born. I held him first. I fed him first. I got up at 2 a.m. when he cried. I taught him to smile, to laugh. Biology doesn't make you a dad. Showing up does. And I've shown up every single day. The judge looks at me for a long time. The court finds clear and convincing evidence of fraud, forgery, and willful deception. She says, this child's legal name is restored to Nathan Michael Miller, effective immediately. Full custody is granted to Nathan James Miller, pending further hearings on permanent arrangements. Mrs. Miller, you will have supervised visitation only. And I'm referring this case to the District Attorney's Office for criminal investigation. Forgery and perjury are felonies. Do you understand? Sarah nods. I need a verbal answer, Mrs. Miller. I understand. Judge Brennan signs the order. The clerk stamps it 3 times. Thud, thud, thud. We're adjourned. It takes 3 days for the fallout to start. The fire department launches an internal investigation. Ethics violations. Ethan attended prenatal appointments during work hours, used station resources, the truck, the gear, the time, to maintain a relationship with another firefighter's wife. Captain Reynolds calls me. Tells me Ethan's been placed on administrative leave pending review. They're going to fire him, Reynolds says. Good. Nathan, I know you're angry, but he's been with the department for 8 years. He's a good firefighter. He's a liar? And he violated every code we have. Reynolds is quiet for a moment. You're right. I'm sorry. We should have told you. Yeah, you should have. He hangs up. 2 days later, Ethan's termination letter is issued, effective immediately. Ethics violation, conduct unbecoming, fraternization with a colleague's spouse. I don't feel anything when I hear. No satisfaction, no vindication, just tired. Sarah loses her job the same week. She worked in hospital administration. County General, the same hospital where our son was born, where she filed fraudulent paperwork, where she listed Ethan as the birth partner without permission. HR launches an investigation, discovers she falsified medical documents, used her access to alter visitor logs, deleted security footage from the night Ethan came to the hospital. Her termination letter is delivered by certified mail. Grounds for dismissal, fraud, falsification of records, violation of HIPAA, misuse of hospital resources. Patricia calls me that night. Sarah's mom. She's moving back in with us. Patricia says, she can't afford the apartment anymore. We told her she's not welcome, but she's our daughter. We don't know what else to do. That's not my problem, I say. I know it's not. But Nathan, she's falling apart. She won't eat. She won't sleep. She just sits in her room and cries. She did this to herself. I know, But I'm asking you, as a mother, please, let her see the baby, supervised. I'll be there. Her father will be there. Just an hour. Once a week. I want to say no. I want to tell her that Sarah doesn't deserve to see him, that she gave up that right when she forged my name and changed his identity. But I think about my son, about what he'll ask me someday. Why can't I see my mom? And I don't want to be the person who keeps a child from his mother out of spite. 1 hour, I say, supervised, at your house. If she brings Ethan, if she violates any of the custody terms, it stops. Understood? Understood. Thank you, Nathan. She hangs up. Sarah's parents issue a public statement 3 days later. They post it on Facebook, on the community page, on the fire department family group, a message from Patricia and Richard Hayes. We raised our daughter to tell the truth. We failed. We failed Nathan Miller. We failed our grandson. Nathan is that child's father in every way that matters. Biology be damned. He fought for his son when his own family wouldn't. We will not ask for Nathan's forgiveness because we don't deserve it, but we will tell our grandson when he's old enough to understand that Nathan Miller is the best man we know, and we are ashamed we didn't see it sooner. The post gets 847 shares, 1,200 comments, most of them supportive, some of them brutal. Sarah should be in jail. How could a mother do this to her child? Nathan deserves better. This is heartbreaking. I don't read them all. I can't. The local news picks up the story 2 weeks later. Someone leaked the court documents, probably a clerk or a lawyer or someone in the fire department. The headline runs on Channel 7 News at 6 p.m. Paramedic fights identity fraud in paternity case. They blur my face, change my name to John D. But everyone knows it's me. The anchor reads the summary. A local paramedic discovered his wife had secretly changed their infant son's name to match her affair partner, his former best friend and fellow firefighter. Court documents reveal she forged his signature on legal documents and practiced the forgery 47 times to perfect it. Both the wife and the affair partner have lost their jobs. The child's name has been legally restored and the case has been referred to the district attorney for potential criminal charges. They don't say allegedly, they say it happened, because it did. The district attorney's office sends me a letter 4 weeks after the hearing. Ray, criminal investigation, forgery and perjury. Mr. Miller, our office has reviewed the evidence submitted in your custody case. We are moving forward with criminal charges against Sarah Elizabeth Miller for 2 counts of forgery and 1 count of perjury. We may contact you for testimony. A victim advocate will be in touch. I put the letter in a folder, file it away. I don't want to think about it anymore. The fire station holds an accountability meeting 6 weeks after the hearing. Captain Reynolds is demoted, moved to a desk job. Station 14, no crew, no calls, just paperwork. 3 other firefighters are given written reprimands for failure to report suspected ethics violations. The department issues a new policy, mandatory reporting of suspected fraternization. 0 tolerance. I don't go to the meeting, but Jake calls me afterward. They're cleaning house, he says. New captain, new rules. They want you to know you're welcome back. Anytime. I'm not coming back, I say. Nathan, I can't, Jake. Every time I walk into that building, I'll see him. I'll see you guys standing around, knowing what you knew, saying nothing. I can't do it. Jake's quiet. I'm sorry, we all are. I know. Where will you go? Station 22, North Side. They have an opening. I applied last week. That's a good station. Yeah. He pauses. For what it's worth, you're the best guy I know, and we fucked up. We fucked up bad. Yeah, you did. The final name restoration hearing is 8 weeks after the emergency custody order. Same courtroom, same judge. But this time it's just paperwork. Judge Brennan signs the corrected birth certificate. The clerk stamps it, embosses it with the state seal. Child's legal name, Nathan Michael Miller. Date of birth, April 14th. Place of birth, County General Hospital. Mother, Sarah Elizabeth Miller. Father, Nathan James Miller. The clerk hands me the certificate. The paper is heavy, official. The seal is raised. I run my finger over it. Nathan Michael Miller, I say out loud. That's correct, the clerk says. That's his legal name now. I fold it carefully, put it in my jacket pocket. My son, my name, finally real. 6 months later. I'm standing in a park on the north side of town, Lincoln Park. There's a playground, swings, a sandbox. My son is sitting in the grass next to me. He's 1 year old now, walking, talking, sort of. He's trying to say Dada. It comes out Dada da 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 on repeat, like a song. I'm teaching him, pointing at myself. Dada. Can you say Dada? Da 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 da. Close enough. There's a birthday party happening on the other side of the park. Station 22, my new crew. They threw him a party. Fire truck theme. Cake shaped like a ladder truck. Balloons. The whole thing. Captain Williams walks over. He's holding a gift bag. From the crew, he says. I open it. Inside, a framed photo. My son's handprint, painted in red, fire engine red, and beneath it, engraved on a small plaque, Nathan Michael Miller, born April 14th, loved always. Thank you, I say. Brothers watch each other's backs, Williams says. That's what we do here. No secrets, no silence, just honesty. I nod. I appreciate that. He walks back to the party. I look at my son. He's reaching for the frame. I hand it to him. He grabs it, immediately tries to put it in his mouth. Not for eating, buddy. I pull my wallet out. Inside, folded in thirds, is his corrected birth certificate. I've carried it every day since the hearing. I pull it out, unfold it, show it to him. See this? That's your name, Nathan Michael Miller. That's who you are. He grabs the paper, crumples it in his fist. Hey, careful. He laughs, doesn't let go. I smile. It doesn't matter. I have 3 copies at home, laminated, fireproof safe. I'm not losing this again. He drops the paper, reaches for me instead. Da, da. He said it, clear, no stutter, no repetition. Yeah, buddy, Dada, that's me. I pick him up, hold him against my chest. He rests his head on my shoulder. Across the park, the crew is singing. Happy birthday, off-key, loud. My son lifts his head, looks at them, smiles. You want to go see your cake? I ask. Ka-ka. Cake, close enough. I carry him across the grass. The sun's setting, the sky's turning orange and pink. The kind of sunset that makes you stop and notice. Someone takes a photo, me and my son, silhouetted against the sky. I'm holding him. He's holding my shirt. We're both smiling. If you've ever had to rebuild after someone burned your trust, share your story below. You're not alone. We don't survive these things alone. Later, after the party, I drive home. Put him to bed. He's asleep before I finish the second book. I go to his nursery, hang the framed handprint on the wall. Next to the corrected birth certificate, the one I had framed 2 months ago. I stand there for a minute, looking at his name, at the proof that he's mine, not biologically, but in every other way. The name he should have had, the father he deserved, the truth, finally. I turn off the light, close the door halfway, walk down the hall to my bedroom. My phone buzzes, a text from Jennifer, saw the photo from the party. He's lucky to have you. I text back, I'm lucky to have him, and I mean it.